Good morning, folks, and welcome to this, the long-promised Galactic Beast Zeal deck profile from Blaster Dark Ren. And I know you were probably thinking this was never coming, but here it is. So, like I said, it's Galactic Beast Zeal, Dimension Police, from mostly built from cards from BT08, Blue Storm Armada. You may remember I did the opening of my 4 boxes quite recently, and since then I have also collected all the other cards I required to build the deck, and it's complete now. So we're going to go through this, and I'll just go through my cards and why they're there and what for. So start off with the starting Vanguard down here. It's Galactic Beast Zeal. Don't know if you can read that very well, but when a card named Eye of Destruction Zeal rides this unit, look at up to 7 cards from the top of your deck. Search for one of either Galactic Beast Zeal or Liberator or Devourer of Planets Zeal. Put that card into your hand, and then put the rest in your deck and shuffle. And when any other Dimension Police rides it, just call it to rear guard, where it'll just sit and do nothing forever. So that's the Grade 0 starting Vanguard. Triggers, we've got 4 Dimensional die battles. It's probably designed for the Dimensional Robo build with its secondary skill of when it's in the soul, you can put it into the drop zone to get 3k extra, but obviously you can't do that in Zeal because there's no way to A, get it into the soul, or B, then take it back out even if you could get it in the soul somehow. So that's 4 crit triggers, and 2 Justice Cobalt, another 2 critical triggers, making a total of 6. This one's just vanilla, it's 5k. Thought these would be good boosters as well, if need be. They're better than these, because these are only 4 down here. These ones are only 4. So they're not going to hit any number. These ones you're going to need an extra shield to guard against. Then there's my heal triggers. Dissection Monster Kaizon. I tried to put as much aliens into this deck as possible rather than anything else in Dimension Police, since it is supposed to be a deck of the villains of the clan. So using the alien ones sort of fit the clan a bit more than using any other heal triggers available to me. So I thought those ones are the best. 4 of these Gem Monster Jewel Mines draw triggers. Again, chosen 4 of these because of the alien sort of. Even though it's cute as hell, it's still an alien, so it's probably still considered part of the villainous section of this clan. And then just for 2 more draw triggers, Army Penguins, because penguins. So as you see, my trigger lineup is 664. Pretty much don't have any reason to need stand triggers in this deck. I'm not running Miracle Beauty, so there's no need for stand triggers in this deck. So that's the trigger lineup. That's the first thing. If anyone has any other suggestions, then also let me know. I'm probably not going to be very entertaining to the idea of running stand triggers when I'm not running beauty. Like I said, this is a very alien themed, villain themed deck, and the whole point is having as many aliens and reducing power in here. So Next up for the are the grade 1s. You've probably just seen me at the side there rearrange them. Probably should have done that before the start of the vid, but oops. So first up is, well, the start really. I have Destruction Zeal. When Larva Beast Zeal is in the soul, it gains +7, making it an 8. When Devourer of Planets Zeal, the grade 2, rides over this, choose one of your opponent's Vanguards, and that unit gets -3k until the end of the turn, which sort of sets off the whole theme going. Which obviously 4 of them in there because it's to continue this. If I sneeze, I apologise. See, knew that was coming. And again, apologise. But can't be helped. Oh well. Next up are an odd choice to have 4 of, but I like them and they've proved quite useful lately. Are these Fighting Saucers. Counterblast 1 to put the top card of your deck into your damage zone. I'm going to sneeze again. Shouldn't be doing this when I've got a cold, but oh well. Oh, it's gone. So yeah, back to this. Counterblast 1, take the top card of your deck, put it into your damage zone at the end phase of the turn. Put a card for your damage zone back into your deck. Which means you can recycle triggers. You can recycle any trigger you've used because it doesn't state that the card you choose has to be face up. So you can take 1 damage if it's a trigger, you then use that for the counterblast, and then put it back. Hate the fact I've got a cold, and I'm so sorry you guys for having to listen to me try and hold off the sneezes. Next up is your Perfect Guards, 4 Diamond Aces. Really glad I got these before the price shot up. I got them at about £6 for these ones, mainly due to the fact that no one was playing Enigma Storm decks or anything, so the price was fairly low, and I got these before the price shot up because I do believe they're about double what I paid for the Reach now. So I'm happy to have gotten these when I did. And yeah, they're just generic Perfect Guards. And then, you probably remember from when I did this as card of the day, Psychic Grey, which is, when this unit boosts a Dimension Police Vanguard, if the power of the battle opponent is 4,000 or is 8,000 or less, the boosted unit gets +4 until the end of that battle, which essentially means with this deck that happens a lot. That this is a 10k swing, a 10k boost on your swing. Grade 2's next, because that's all the grade 1's done. Grade 2's are for the grade 2 Devourer of Planets Zeal. Gets +10 when the grade 1 is in the soul, and it has the same effect as the one below it. When a grade 3 Galactic Beast Zeal rides this, if you have an Eye of Destruction Zeal in your soul, then you get to knock your opponent's Vanguard down by 3k again, which basically will knock that onto that one, Psychic Grey, because there are no units that when you're riding to grade 2, unless you've horribly misrolled, you're always going to be knocking them down below the threshold point for Psychic Grey. Then there's Assault Monster Gunrock, which is when the unit attack has a power of less than 8k, it gains +3. So it's an 11k swing. So that's an 11k swing in the right circumstances, which this deck is aiming for. And then just for a bit of extra, 3 Cosmic Riders. I chose those over Cosmic Meek because they have no counterblast. And you kind of want to save all your counterblast for the main, for either the self-damaging grade 1s or the limit break of the main unit, which we're going to go into now. Because the grade 3s are coming for Galactic Beast Zeal. So if you can see that there, that's the, I've got an SP in the front and 3 triple rare. So 4 in total. Limit break 4, just like every other limit break. Counterblast 2. Choose one of your opponent's Vanguards and that unit gets minus 1000 for each of your Dimension Police rear guards until the end of the turn. And if you have a Devourer of Planet Zeal, which is the grade 2, in your soul, it gets an extra 1000, so it's an 11,000. It's an 11,000 hit swing. As a Vanguard, that doesn't count if it's a rear guard though, so that's only a Vanguard skill. It will always be a 10k rear guard. And then last 3 cards in the deck are the Interdimensional Ninja Tsukikage. When this unit is boosted by a Dimension Police, it gets plus 2k. So when it's boosted, it goes to 12, which is nice numbers in this deck anyway. Now, the thing is, this deck in most, against most, if this was any other deck, I'd be concerned about the numbers it was hitting, because it doesn't hit spectacularly high numbers. I mean, with the Cosmic Riders going over the Galactic Beast Zeal, then you're only really hitting for, that's, if you put the Cosmic Rider onto Galactic Beast Zeal and then boost with Psychic Ray after a limit break, that's 23, and that's the absolute top this deck will go to without triggers, which it doesn't really matter because the point of this deck is to lower your opponent's power. So you're lowering your opponent's power, so this doesn't need to hit quite as high numbers because the pressure is still there, because they've still got to guard more because they've got less power than you do. They've got much less power than any other defending Vanguard would have. So that's why I've gone with this deck, and it's something we wanted to build since I saw it on the anime, and I thought I'll give this a go. So there it is. That's the deck. That's what I've been teasing you about for ages, and that's it for you. Any comments or any suggestions, just drop down below in the commenting box. Feel free to subscribe and show other people this vid. I would love the subscribers very much. If you're at a podcast of absolute non-tent, then listen to Vanilla NPs with me and Synoptic. Usually we record on a Monday and get the podcast out to aiming for the Tuesday Wednesday time. Regular shout out to my favourite eBay seller, World of Vanguard. Prices are always fairly agreeable. Also sells Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! For any other card gamers out there who want to play those games instead. I'll be back tomorrow with a different video, and that's all for now. So for now, peace out, laters.